Somebody sounds like a freaking Hoover. That's not a Hoover. Hi, Benny and Rocco. Hello. All the men are surrounded me. Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. I thought today would be like a really good day to do just kind of like updates, because I know a lot of people follow heavily on TikTok and then get confused because like I don't post like a shit ton like every single thing that happens on the farm, just because it's 3 minutes videos. Bless you. That was disgusting. I just watched you pick your nose. And so I just kind of thought it'd be a good idea to do just a nice big update for everybody on the Moo Girls and what's going on. And then just kind of like where I see the farm going and everything, because obviously I think a lot of people are always curious, like, what the hell are you doing with these pet cows? Like, so the first big update is we move fields. Rocco's gonna get into it, real quick. Don't worry, he's just channeling Doja Cat. I have my son with giant horns behind me. Please don't impale me. Oh my God, you're moving my entire gator, bro. We're going down like hydraulics. Shit. Okay, but anyway, so we move fields because my cows are on full pasture right now. Basically what that means is in the winter I feed, and then I also feed hay bales because there's not enough grass. But right now grass is plentiful. It is lush here in Ohio. We are fortunate to where we are not having severe droughts or anything like I know a lot of the West is dealing with, unfortunately. But so that means that these guys are pretty low maintenance right now. The only thing I really have to do is daily health checks just to make sure that everybody's good and everybody's happy. And then obviously got to see when Leona's going to finally give us a child. But other than that, they're pretty low maintenance right now. Not a lot of crazy things that I have to do day to day with the girls, other than just making sure everybody looks, sounds good. And then of course we are still waiting on Leona. Sir, you are literally going to be part of the destruction of this damn gator. Good God. Well, Izzy's coming up. She's like, you know what? I want a little action there too. Good God, we're just going everywhere. As far as babies, you guys know that we have had, I believe, 10 girls this year, and we do plan on keeping all 10 of them so far. We have the capacity, fortunately, where we can keep all the ladies. Iris, we're still not 100% sure if she's gonna stay here or go back, only because if she ends up being infertile or anything wild, they may have her stay here just because I know that they want to breed longhorns, and so that might not be the best for them. However, if they do want to take her back, she is their cow and they have all the rights to her, you know. Oh, there's a little lilac. How you doing, Miss Queen? Hi. Hi, cutie. Now I have a perfect view of Miss Leona. Oh, okay, well, Blue wants some attention, but Leona is the last to calve, if you guys did or did not know. But she is still... Hi, Salem. Hi, sweet girl. Don't read my notebook. Don't be looking at my secrets. That's my diary. You get out of there. But Leona is still with child. I don't know what she's waiting on. She's not overdue by any means. I know a lot of people were like, what the heck? But when the vet palpated her, he thought that she was maybe 2 months, if that. And that was in December. So she's still on par. She's not overdue. She's not overcooking. The baby is fine. There's no like worry at the moment. She's just, it's on Leona time, okay? Somebody's pissing. God bless America. She's looking a little thick in the coos. She's had an odor for a while, but she still isn't like heavy stringing, and it isn't super puffy, so I don't know how soon it'll be, but definitely not having a baby yet. So we're gonna still keep checking on her to see when the heck she's gonna give us that baby. I just thought you needed a little Iris break for a second, because look at this cutie. Her and her pal Lilac. It's so funny because they're like close to the same age, but the size difference is just absolutely laughable. But you can't make fun. Like, she was a preemie and she's a completely different breed. That's why she looks a little bonier than mine. And she's just shaped different, but it's okay. We still love her the same. She still deserves all the love and pets. She's just a little tang. She's a little goyle. I think the last two things. So Kaylee has 2 show heifers in the barn, Onyx and Phoenix. I know I've been showing Patreon a lot, but I don't know if I've shown here on, not because I'm hiding it or anything. I just haven't showed y'all. But that's where those 2 are. If you've wondered where the heck they've been, they're in the show barn. We've been working with them and they are doing phenomenal. They will be the ones that Kaylee takes to fair this year. And we are super excited because they are doing great. I have been very happy with their process and their progress. I don't know if process is really the right word to use there, but you know what, we're going with it. But yes, they will get shown at the Highland County Fair. I will also be at Highland County Fair in Ohio with my trailer as well. So I get to be show mom and a businesswoman. It's going to be chaotic, but you know what? I'm here for it. And it's going to be a good time. But yes, they are in that show barn, and that is why you haven't seen them in the field. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just in a different barn. So they're still here, just not seen as much, because usually when I am vlogging or filming, it's out with the main herd. And Iris, do you want to take a ride? Want to hop in for a spin? No? Okay. And I think last on my agenda to kind of talk about is probably just the fact that, like, what do I see my farm going towards? Because, like, you guys know I consider this a pet farm. I don't consider it a hobby farm, because in my definition of hobby farm and how I see other hobby farms being, you know, described, is usually a farm that is a small stature, but they still use the animals for production. So, like, they have some chickens and they usually only eat the eggs or maybe share with family, friends, and such. Have a couple cows, they end up slaughtering, you know. So that's why I don't consider it a hobby farm. And then I definitely don't want to ever call it a sanctuary, because I don't want people to, you know, have a different idea. These cows were not technically rescued. They've been born and raised on this farm with the intent to show. That's why we had cows, and that's why we have a calf crop, even though we do not use our beef cows for beef. Kaylee still wants to show, and I want to be able to let her show. So with the next calving season, we will be seeing more sales, and that is just because we can only keep so many cattle. 35 is usually our max, and I believe we'll be at 33 or 34 when Leona calves. So we have to make sure that we don't overdo our land, because we have to make sure we respect the earth and the environment, because that's what feeds our cows, so we can't overwork that. So the next calving season, you might see some sales. We also still have to just make those decisions. If you guys didn't know, we did sell Conway and Loretta. I had talked about it in multiple YouTube videos as to why they would have to be sold. Conway was the fact that there was too many bulls, and I didn't want him to ever accidentally breed his mother back, because that could be bad news bears. But he was sold intact as a bull, and I'm sure that he will be used as a lovely shorthorn bull on somebody's farm. And then as far as Loretta, the fear of her being a free martin and just not having enough space at the moment. My goal is to continue with my social media, continue with my small business, and be able to buy more land and have more barns and fencing to where I can have even more animals to rescue and save. But with Loretta being a potential free martin, if any of my boys would have tried to breed her, they could have broke their penis off, because one of the biggest birth defects, there we go, that come with being a free martin can be a shortened vagina. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that is a very big factor. And I just didn't want anybody to be at risk. I also didn't want them to have to be completely separate, because cattle are herd animals. They want to have friends. And I also needed to get them off Jolene, because they were like 8 months, I think, when we sold them. And so they were beating the hell out of her, because it was not one calf, it was two. So like I said, I'm always upfront and honest with you guys when and if we do have to sell. And I just want you to be aware of what's going on. After Kaylee ages out of 4-H, so she has technically 3 more fairs that she can show at. I don't know how many more she'll do, just because she's a senior now, and I don't know what her plans are as far as college and all of that. But once Kaylee is done, I will probably stop breeding. I don't think my dad has any desire to either. It'll probably just be a thing where we either always keep the bulls separate, or we just make sure that they might be, because I don't know. I haven't talked to a vet about how difficult it would be. I don't know if we could ban Rocco. I also don't know, like, maybe we would end up, you know, siring him out if people really wanted to. So that's something that we're looking at too. I'm hoping to get to a point where I can buy some other land that's really close around here, because then I would just have more places that I could put the cows when I need to put them, and being able to keep people separate that need to be separate. But that's the goal. The goal is to get to a point where we're no longer breeding, because like I said, we're only breeding for Kaylee's purpose. We do not make more money than we spend on these guys. I also probably will sell as a show calf, but like Southern Ohio, where I am, has such competitive people, and I'm not knocking it. Like, these people put time, energy, and money into making these show calves look amazing, and they do the bloodlines, and they use the semen from the best quality of bulls, and that's great for them. I just don't have the energy to do it. So I just sell to the average Joe of, like, does your kid want a show and you don't want to spend $3,000 on a show calf? I'm your girl. I'll get you a good quality calf that's not going to break the bank. Because I know that I'm selling with a herd bull and a herd cow, and that can immediately make people go like, oh, well, I'm not going to spend as much money on that. And that's totally chill. But, that's the goal for the farm. Obviously, my biggest goal is to have it to be a sanctuary. I want to be able to start taking in rescues. I don't really want to necessarily buy any kind of animals. I'm open to other animals as soon as I have the means, because I don't want to take in something that's too much for me to handle. I want to make sure that I have barns and I have fencing and I have setup for everything, because I want to take, like, you give me some alpacas, you give me some sheep, you give me some goats, you give me some pigs that need a home, and I've got the space, time, and money, I'm fucking down like a clown. But I also am a very big believer in, if you take in animals but you don't have the money or the means to take care of them properly, you're doing them no more justice than if they were in that situation. So with that being said, that's kind of the biggest update. I just wanted to let you guys know and be on, like, the swing of things, because I know that since my farm is not open to the public, I like to be as open and honest as I can, so you still get to feel a part of it, even though you cannot physically be here, because it's a big security and privacy issue. But yeah, that is pretty much all of the updates that I can think of at the moment. The girls have decided to take this time, since I interrupted their evening and more afternoon, that they decided to go and check out the watering hole. But that's it for this video. If you have any other questions that you want me to make a whole video about, because I can get as nerdy as we can on here, like I can talk about rotational grazing, I can talk about all the nerdy shit, or we can do whatever. Like I just kind of like to keep it open, keep it honest, and make sure you guys are always in the know, because I'm not trying to hide anything that goes on here with y'all. It's just, it's easier to put it here because I can just talk and then I can edit it down. TikTok's very weird of how to like try to explain everything, so this is where I like to have all that. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to stay around and see more of the crazy cow chaos that is my farm. But I'm gonna get off here. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, peace.